administration supports democracy and then demand that the people of Egypt work through an autocrat to do this. We can't permit our government to spend billions of our dollars to a ruler that allows his people to live in poverty and that permits corruption in his ranks, that tortures and that brushes thousands of protesters off as hooligans who've done nothing wrong but cry out for freedom. Democracy and dictatorships cannot coexist. Our administration cannot support the continued presence of Mubarak, while at the same time stay true to our values of freedom. Democracies don't hide behind snipers and tear gas. Dictators do. Democracies have nothing to fear from the voice of its people, from the internet, and from the free exchange of ideas. Dictators do.
Exactly! Woo!
The executive director of CARE Chicago, Ahmed Rahab, is in Egypt right now demonstrating as an Egyptian citizen. And this is what he has to say about what he has experienced on the ground. You can read his full article on ahmedrahab.com. He had to dictate this article to us because the internet was shut down by the Egyptian government. Being caught in a cloud of tear gas is a nasty experience. Your eyes tear up, your nose and throat itch, you cough uncontrollably. You feel as if you've lost total control of your senses. You have to dash for clean air and squat down trying to control the pain until the effects go away. Being in the front lines, we had to push back on the crowd to take cover at a gas station where sympathetic attendants washed our faces down with hoses. Today we are all with you, they said. I would suffer 24 tear gas spits before the long day was over. Ahmed goes on to describe how the demonstrators marched onto Tahrir Square, and he says, "Finally, by nightfall, we succeeded in getting to our target, Tahrir Square. Cairo belonged to the people, probably for the first time ever." Egyptians were second-rate citizens in their own country under the colonialist-controlled monarchy. The 1952 military coups liberated Egypt from foreign occupation, but started a new era of local despots. If Mubarak was to fall tonight or anytime soon, this would be the first time Egyptians ever experienced true independence, where the people, not autocrats, call the shots. He goes on to say, reflecting on the way back, I thought of my parents, I thought of my kids who I don't have yet. He said, he reflected on the meaning of Tahrir Square. It meant liberation. The irony neatly sums up the ordeal. Today, to the people of Egypt, we tell you we continue to support you.
Can I get everybody's attention in the back, please? Everybody in the back, raise your hands if you can hear us. Raise your hands if you can hear us. We need you guys to stay with us in the program. Please, no chanting while there's speakers on the mic. Thank you. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hosni Mubarak's got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hosni Mubarak's got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hosni Mubarak's got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hosni Mubarak's got to go.
Again, I would thank everybody please to stay with us in the program. Next, I want to call Darlene Atiyah, a part of the Young Egyptian American Society.
We are Egypt, we will not remain silent anymore, is one of the chants voiced by the thousands of frustrated Egyptians who are taking it to the streets to claim what is rightfully theirs after 30 years of dictatorship. What the country is witnessing is an uprising by average people from every walk of Egyptian life, professionals and laborers, men and women, religious and secular, Muslim and Christian. The Egyptian people are crying out in a peaceful call for reform to end corruption, lack of freedom, police brutality, torture in prison, emergency laws, and an unelected president who's been in power for over 30 years. The government's response to its people has come in defiance, violence, and an attempt at sabotage in the form of a communication crackdown and heavily armed security forces that are equipped with water hoses, tear gas, rubber bullets, and live ammunition. The government continues to ignore the people's call for reform, and in the process, allowing the country to fall in complete chaos at the hands of mobs taking advantage of the situation, terrorizing people. According to sources, the death toll of those killed in the protests in the past few days is at least 95 people, and around 2,000 have been wounded, and the numbers are almost certain to rise. Yet, Mubarak's address to the nation came as hardly consolatory and highly disappointing. The U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton appalled the Egyptian people by her comments on the January 25 uprising, by urging the people to exercise restraint. Unfortunately, U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East comes as double standard by supporting dictatorship regime. We ask the U.S. government to live up to its principles of justice and freedom. Today, we're gathered to say to our fellow brothers and sisters who are fighting for our dignity that we are here to support you. Your sacrifices are not lost. This is a call to our people to protect their country and preserve its great civilization and culture.
Thank you, Darlene. Let's hear a round of applause for Darlene. Next, I'd like to call a member of the Students for Justice in Palestine.